Thank you. Wow. This is some crowd. How are you? Thank you. Leo. This is some crowd. These are the best people, Tiger. And we have Adam Scott here also, winner of the Masters, one of the greatest golfers in the world. So we're pleased to be joined in this really beautiful afternoon at the White House by hundreds of incredible members of the African American community, many of whom are making history themselves, including one of the greatest athletes of all time. As you know, the Americans are going to be celebrating something very important coming up, our 250th anniversary, our nation's founding. And when we do, we're going to look forward to honoring the contributions of countless Black Americans who fought to win and protect and expand American freedom from the very, very beginning. But I want to thank you all for being here. You are our friends, and we appreciate this of you. The last administration tried to reduce all of American history to a single year, 1619. But under our administration, we honor the indispensable role Black Americans have always played in the immortal cause of another date, 1776. We like 1776. In the very first skirmish of the Revolutionary War at Lexington Green, an enslaved Black man named Prince Estabrook, you know Prince Estabrook? Yeah. Answered history's call and fought as the Minutemen alongside the other patriots of the very small Massachusetts town. Couldn't protect itself, but they did a good job. Prince was wounded in the early morning battle, becoming not only the first African-American soldier to fight in the Revolution, but among the very first Americans to spill their blood. One of the first in the nation to spill blood in that very, very tough time.
As the whispers of February's chill begin to fade, the vibrant rhythms of Black History Month continue to resonate throughout the United States.
And I want to thank all of you very much for being here. Welcome to the White House, and we proudly celebrate Black History Month.
This year, President Donald Trump hosted a Black History Month celebration at the White House, honoring the contributions of African Americans who have shaped the nation's history.
Today we pay tribute to the generations of Black legends, champions, warriors, and patriots who helped drive our country forward to greatness. And you really are great people. What a great, nice group of...
In his proclamation, Trump acknowledged the significant role played by Blacks in shaping the country's cultural and political destiny. He made mention that the administration prior to his had although tried to reduce all of America's history to the singular year of 1619, but under his ongoing administration, they honor the indispensable role endeavored by African Americans in the immortal cause of a more remarkable year, which was the year 1776. He had begun by having to particularly acknowledge the legacy of none other than the African American hero, Prince Estabrook, for the fearless and loyal part he played in the very first skirmish of the Revolutionary War at Lexington Green in the aforementioned year. Estabrook, Trump recalls the history, was not only the first African American to fight in the Revolution, but was amongst the very first Americans to give his life for the cause. This is Trump in his own voice.
The last administration tried to reduce all of American history to a single year, 1619, but under our administration, we honor the indispensable role Black Americans have always played in the immortal cause of another date, 1776. We like 1776. In the very first skirmish of the Revolutionary War at Lexington Green, an enslaved Black man named Prince Estabrook, you know Prince Estabrook? Yeah. Answered history's call and fought as the Minutemen alongside the other patriots of the very small Massachusetts town. Couldn't protect itself, but they did a good job. Prince was wounded in the early morning battle, becoming not only the first African-American soldier to fight in the Revolution, but among the very first Americans to spill their blood. One of the first in the nation to spill blood in that very, very tough time. Soon Estabrook joined the Continental Army and ultimately won his own freedom along with that of his fellow Americans. His legacy will endure, and we're very proud to honor him today. It's a very important day in our country, and we honor him. First person to spill blood happened to be Tim Estabrook. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we will be including the statue of Prince Estabrook in our new National Garden of American Heroes. We're going to be doing a Garden of American Heroes. And now that I think of it, I must tell you, sadly, most of them, I guess all of them are not with us any longer. I was going to put Tiger in the garden, but maybe you don't want to be I maybe should wait a little bit, huh? Like about 50, I think I'm going to wait about 50 years, all right? But Tiger's going to make it, okay?
President Donald Trump had also further honored other historically renowned African Americans who were American heroes, such as Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Booker Taliaferro Washington, Thomas Sowell, Martin Luther King Jr., and even had gone on to mention black legendary athletes once amongst us, such as Muhammad Ali and Kobe Bryant. Recognizing their achievements as an inspiration for all Americans, President Trump had announced his move to build a National Garden of American Heroes, where a monument representing each and every one of these resting giants would be showcased.
Under the executive order I signed last month, this new beautiful outdoor statue park, it's going to be a statue park. It's going to be unbelievable. We're picking the final sites now. It's between various states that want it very badly. We'll honor hundreds of our greatest Americans to ever live, including countless black Americans, icons. The garden will predominantly feature incredible women like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Billie Holiday, Aretha Franklin, and Coretta Scott King. And I will showcase it will be something very extraordinary. It's going to be we're going to produce some of the most beautiful works of art in the form of a statue from men like Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Jackie Robinson, what a great athlete that was, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, he's not a bad athlete. What do you think, Muhammad? Not too bad. And the late Kobe Bryant. People love Kobe Bryant. And we're going to save Tiger Woods for another time. That's all that I can. I'm sorry. During Black History Month, we pay tribute to these heroes and to so many others, but not simply because they're black heroes, but also because they are truly American heroes who inspire all of us, very much so.
This indeed has been a well-meaning, heartfelt celebration, as the United States President also expressed his gratitude to Black Americans for their contributions to the country's growth and development.
The theme of this year's celebration is African Americans and labor, and we want to thank all of the black workers, construction workers, and every other worker. They do a job like nobody can do, and we want to just thank them very much for their contribution. Tim, the contribution you've made, Tim, is incredible. Opportunity Zone, so many people. He's the father of Opportunity Zone. I'm just the son, he's the father, because he came into the White House, the Oval Office, with this idea, and it's probably the #1 economic development project ever in our country, and I want to give Senator Tim Scott the credit for it.
He stated that his administration has made significant strides in expanding opportunities for people of all backgrounds, citing historic lows in poverty and unemployment rates for African Americans.
Of course, millions of blacks were first brought here in slavery, and they were kept in that evil condition for really generations. But because of the steadfast faith and courage of so many patriots of all colors, we abolished that horrific institution, expanded civil rights, and advanced America's destiny as one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all.
During his speech on that remarkable Thursday, a grateful Donald Trump carefully visited the area of his successful election into the White House for the second time as president. He kindly thanked the black community for making that possible with the massive support of their votes for him.
Just a few months ago, the people in this room and millions of other black Americans played their own part in the American story when you went to the voting booths and restored a nice, good, solid government. And there's a guy that really helped. There's a man that really helped. You really are Great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't forget. I'm proud to say that we received, listen to this, more votes from Black Americans than any Republican president ever. Not even close. Almost 40% of the vote. Now, I won't be happy the next time. Should I run again? You tell me. There's your controversy right there. There's your controversy.
The event, however, was not entirely without controversy. While some critics argued that Trump's speech lacked substance and failed to address the ongoing struggles faced by Black Americans, others who were skeptical questioned the sincerity of Trump's celebration, given his administration's policies and rhetoric on racial issues. But one thing here is certain: the proof that the president has done some remarkable things to earn him the massive support he's getting from the Black community is what you are about to find out in his next line of speech.
I want to thank just a few of the people who are with us today, and these are great friends of ours. Alveda King. Alveda, where are you, Alveda? Hi, Alveda. Thank you. You've been with me from day one, and I appreciate it. I won't forget it. She's a fantastic woman. Alice Johnson. Where's Alice? Boy, are you incredible. I watched you on last night on television. You were so good. You know, Alice was in prison for doing something that today probably wouldn't even be prosecuted. She spent 22 years in prison, 22 years. She had another 22 years left. Can you believe it? And I pardoned her, and it was one of the best pardons. One of the best pardons. You know what she was on? She happened to be on the wrong telephone line. Is that true? She was on a telephone call, and I'm not saying it was perfect, but it wasn't worth 40 or 50 years, Alice. And you've been an inspiration to people. And we're going to be listening to your recommendation on pardons. You're going to go over, and she's going to be my pardon czar.
Yes, you heard that. That was Alice Johnson, a Black woman now 69, who was convicted of leading a multi-million-dollar drug ring and sentenced to life in prison. Alice had spent more than 2 decades in federal prison before being pardoned in 2020 by President Donald Trump during his first term. Following her release, Johnson became a criminal justice advocate, using her story to help others who are in similar situations. She has just been appointed to a new role known as Pardon Czar by the President. In her new position, Johnson will use her personal experience with the justice system to advise the President on recommendations for pardons and commutations. "We're going to be listening to your recommendation on pardons," Trump said, signaling her new role in shaping decisions about criminal justice reform.
And you're going to find people just like you that should not have happened. It should not have happened. So you're going to look and you're going to make recommendations, and I'll follow those recommendations, okay, for pardons, all right? Thank you very much.
Here's another one of the pardons by President Trump.
So I'm here with my very good friend, John Ponder, who many years ago was pardoned by the President of the United States, Donald Trump. But John, more importantly, since then, you've gone on to help people with criminal justice reform.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the things that's really, really excited about President Trump being back in the White House, because I believe that there was some tremendous efforts centered around the First Step Act, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to pick up that momentum once again, because there's a lot of men and women that are currently incarcerated in prison systems across this country that could use the benefit and the support for people out in the community to help them to successfully reintegrate back into their home, back into the workplace, and ultimately back out in our community to live productive lives.
The Black community's reaction to the event might have, although been mixed, but largely positive and delightful. While a paltry sum may have seen it as some superficial gesture, a huge sum of others in the community appreciated the recognition and celebration of Black history.
A man who's just incredible. This guy, I watched him when he was a Democrat, and then one day he had to change because he couldn't take it any longer. And did anyone ever hear of a man named Leo 2.0 Terrell? Where are you? Get up here. I love this guy. You know what he's doing now? He's with the Department of Justice, He's in charge of civil rights and lots of other great things. He's going to be working with Pam. It's okay. Could he come up, please? Come on, Leo. Get up here. Leo 2.0. This guy is great. Hello, man.
You are the greatest.
Thank you.
I just want to say, we are in the presence of the greatest president of all time. He is the greatest president in our lifetime. And I'll tell you right now, the Democratic Party should be worried because they took us for granted. No longer. We vote in our best interest. We want the same thing that every American wants. Good job. We want a secure border. We want to pay lower taxes, and Mr. President Donald Trump is doing that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Although the closure of the DEI may have sent a wrong signal to quite a number of people uninformed of its basics, many had already known, and many more can now see that the DEI was never in the interest of blacks in the first place. Going forward, many blacks had taken to social media to express their thoughts, with some praising Trump's efforts and others criticizing his administration's policies. So far, so good. We can say that the hearts of a predominant population of the black community was reached by the warm gesture of solidarity coming from the president.
This is an incredible time in our country for so many reasons. I've been to the White House on 4 different occasions, been in the Oval Office, but there's something different going on. There's a spiritual awakening that's higher than the woke movement that's taking place in our country right now. What I mean by that, the spiritual awakening has to do with seeing things through a biblical lens. For too long, we've looked at things from a cultural lens, a black or white or whatever. But I just sense something's different. And for Donald Trump to be as bold as he has been concerning marriage, family, abortion, same-sex marriage, only 2 genders, male and female. He's making those kinds of statements. That changes the game when the leader of our nation takes that kind of position. So today, as we celebrate Black History Month, it brings it back around our values that I was raised with, morals and values and family and honoring the elderly, honoring our grandparents, honoring our parents, and being the kind of citizens that can raise up the next generation. So being here today to see these many people with conservative values who look like me, it changes the game, and I'm down with it.
It is extremely important that this president follows through. And he has done that, instituting the faith office, making sure that every organization under the federal government has a faith office attached to it. At the end of the day, we haven't had that in the last 4 years. Neither did we have it in the 4 years before his first presidency. And I stand on the principles of the Word of God. I'm going to say this. I think if we can get over the worship of skin color and throw down the skin color idol, we can see a whole lot happen. We'll find that we have more with us than we have against us. And we'll find that there are people who love us who may not look like us. And we'll find that somehow we're rooted in the love of Christ together. If we can stop the media, the mainstream media, from attacking our faith, from attacking what we believe, and get us to a point to where we are trusting in God.
Despite the controversy, Black History Month remains an important celebration of African American culture and contributions. It serves as a reminder of the ongoing struggle for racial equality and justice in the United States. In related news, the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, ASALD, has announced the theme for this year's Black History Month celebration: African Americans and Labor. The theme highlights the significant role labor has played in the Black American experience.
Come on.
Wow. Are you kidding me? Mr. President, it has been an honor of a lifetime to support you, to try to wake up as many people to the lies of the Democrat Party and the nonstop manipulation of the mainstream media. That's why I now have my show on Newsmax, so I can champion you. And I'm thankful that we've been able to champion him and get him across the finish lines for another amazing 4 years. And let me say, I know God has chose you. He anointed you for this position. He kept you alive so you could be here today. And we prayed for that. We prayed for you. We continue to pray for you. And we're thankful for your service and your sacrifice. Mr. President Donald J. Trump, honor. God bless you. Thank you.
As we continue to celebrate Black History Month, it's essential to recognize the ongoing struggles faced by Black Americans and to work towards creating a more just and equitable society for all. This brings us to the end of yet another mind-relieving video segment. Always support our works by hitting the thumb button, share our contents with as many as you can to keep spreading awareness, and kindly subscribe to stay tuned in with us if you are yet to. We are delightful walking side by side in this journey. Thank you for watching.